Okay, we're back for part 2 of the interior of the bus on August 23rd, 2009. We left off talking about what we're doing over here for the listening station. I don't recall if we said, but we're going to have a reel-to-reel tape player up here with headphones, and we're going to have reel-to-reel tapes from different groups like the Mamas and the Papas, etc. And the light station is going to be behind there. One thing we did have to do for the listening station to be able to work it like we wanted to is if you look under here, under the seat that I am here, you'll see there's an aluminum box that houses the heat exchange that actually heats the bus when they run in the wintertime. And there was one over here on this side. So we removed it, and Jerry was good enough to, he had some of this really heavy mesh that we cut to size, and we bolted it to the floor, and we pushed the heating element. You can see it's down inside the bus now, so they can still vent the heat if the heat runs while we're driving it, even in the summertime. We'll come to the back of the bus. Refrigerator's in the same place it always has been. We've been talking about what we want to do with the space next to it. We were talking about maybe getting a pantry that was a similar size to the refrigerator, but then if it was an open shelf pantry, we'd have to get period food, and that's months and months of trying to get pristine looking period food. So we decided what we're going to do is we're going to have a chain and have like one of those little mesh baskets that's smaller, bigger, hanging down, and just have fruit and stuff in there. So then we don't have to worry about period food and thing. Well, we do have one thing. We met somebody on Flickr, and he's got a period 1967 Sugar Crisp box, which I thought was really cool looking. He's going to scan it. We're going to have a reproduction of it sitting up here, and then a plastic Coca-Cola Coke carrier, which is period for 1967. Now behind Dre, there's a big open area. At one point, this was the orange couch, the kind of gold couch, but we decided we had enough seating area for the hippies on the bus. We wanted to have something so they could lie down, someplace where they could sleep at night, something that was a little bit different, something that was a little bit lower. So this track here, this is where the seats originally bolt in. I've got bolts that can twist in there and hold into place. We're going to put those throughout all the way down here. We're going to have a wooden platform that's going to bolt down on this side, and on the outside supporting it will be chair legs, kind of period, like they have on the listening station here. That's going to be 9.5 feet long and 3 feet off the wall. That's going to be covered with hippie pillows and cushions and that sort of thing, and probably maybe even have a bead curtain hanging down from the bar to partly obscure that. You can see here's their suitcases. We've been working on this look for a long time. We really love the suitcase we've chosen. Trying to find things that look older, that look 50s or older. They're kind of a little bit beat up like hippies would have, but have a really cool look. Of course, I have to have mainly hard shell luggage, which they had back in those days. Really beautiful colors. We need one more for this side because there's 6 hippies before they pick up Sam and Katie, and they have their own luggage. We took belts, just regular old belts from like the Salvation Army, men's belts and crazy hippie belts and that sort of thing, that they would have to secure them down so that it wouldn't all topple over when they rounded corners. And the thing we love the most is the diner booth. We said we'd taken the booth out of here. We're going to have just an ottoman for them to rest their feet on. It looks like, if you didn't know any better, you would say this was the way the bus looked when it was in service. We've even taken some aluminum flashing and made it all the way around so that it matches the aluminum on the sidewalls of the bus and the wheel wells, and so everything is kind of all integrated in, so it looks like it's all one part of the bus. And you can see that it's a perfect match. The height of the back of this diner booth matches the height of the back of the seat, the way it originally sat. One thing you might say is that there's a bit of a gap here, but this is actually perfect because if you look down here all across the bus, there's a little area where there's, I don't know if there's heating ductwork or if it's electrical or what it is, but it goes the entire length of the bus. So if it was any wider, we wouldn't be able to get the booth in there, so it's actually perfect. In the back of the bus, you can see it's kind of scraped here on this. This is actually a pad to keep people from hitting their head. It was painted at some point, so we scraped some of the paint off, and we thought we might just paint it with like one of those leather paints, and then we thought we might put some original artwork on here, but instead what we've opted to do is I found a 4-foot by 6-foot American flag, the Betsy Ross style flag that has the 13 stars in a circle. So we're going to hang that up here and paint extra stars to turn the circle into a peace sign, and that's going to come down here and go underneath, and that's going to be a perfect fit. The ceiling is going to be covered with hippie posters. We've already collected like 24 posters, and we're going to talk with another artist that we know, David Bird, who we've talked to about possibly doing a poster for the film himself. He's a very famous artist. He did the Tommy for The Who and a lot of other famous
Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, so he's done a lot of things that are kind of hippie style, and from that era, very, very famous. He actually won
Harry Potter.
He did Harry Potter also. So we're going to have some of his artwork on the ceiling, hopefully, also. The last thing that we're working on is there's the root sign. We showed you the small one when we took that one down, how it was disintegrating. The larger one is actually in very good shape. Dre's trying to demonstrate the handle. It's a little stiff. There was one in here, a really long one that shows the bus route sign. We took that out today and cleaned on the inside. We took off all the plastic route sign, and we're going to put our own route sign on there so that when they crank this big handle, it's going to be different hippie expressions that are going to change on the outside of the bus. So that's our next project that we've been working on. So that's where we are. August 23rd, 2009. As we make other revisions, we'll keep you posted.